This weekend, huh? 400 more, huh? That's crazy to be stocking that many fish in one spot. '14th and 15th, huh? Sweet. Wind is so bad this morning. Not even funny. My hands hurt like crazy, but I'm here. Hurts like crazy. How many did you catch on yesterday there, fishy? What up, Josh? Ball trades? Not even a bite, huh? What do you call it? Where's the bow tie? What, Josh? What? What do you call it? SoFi. Katie. That's good. I like that. It is nasty out this morning, y'all. Wind is crazy. Wind is crazy. The wind is terrible today, you guys. Terrible. We got a Bosky farm out there, and we got all iced up yesterday, huh? No, I mean there's a little ice up there. Boy, it's a windy one. There's Jefferson off in the distance right there. Jefferson. It's over there off in the distance, y'all. Finding joy on this journey. That's right, finding joy. Finding joy is right. When you think of all the things that could be wrong in this world, you know, finding joy is definitely one of those things that helps the world go round, you know. So many things that are wrong in my life right now are hard in my life. I can't exactly say wrong, but hard in my life, but yet I still find that I'm blessed. I'm blessed every day, no matter what. Life can be hard. Yep, definitely brings joy for sure. It also brings blessings to me as a person who just loves to catch fish, loves to enjoy That's true. That's very true. Hopefully they're going to bite a little bit better today than they did on Monday. Monday I had one bite all day. Today we might not get a bite. It just depends. We're doing the potski, fireworm, and dough bait. Yeah, it's nasty one so far. It's more than 13 right now. Just regular trout, rainbow trout. These are the brute stock we're fishing for. Brute stock, rainbow trout from the hatcheries. With a lot of wind. It's going to take a lot to see if I get a bump on my line. Can't wait for my hands to hurry up and heal so I can get back doing 50,000 casts in a day instead of baiting and waiting. Baiting and waiting catches fish, but so does 50,000 casts in a day. Thanks, I appreciate that. Yeah, like I was saying, I'm using the potski fire eggs on one, or fireworm and fire eggs on one, and then I'm using the cheese dough bait on the other, fire bait, whatever you want to call it. And it is windy. Yeah, I know, Wolf. Yeah, you'll get better, I hope, soon, and you'll be back to fishing and sharing content. I'll be glad to see you fishing again, man. Fishing ain't the same without Wolf. Without the Wolf. And you know, stay fishing, he gonna be fishing too. For sure, for sure. Yep, definitely wishing Blue a speedy recovery. If you ain't checked out his channel, go check out his channel. He got some good stuff going on there. He don't put out as many lives or as many long form, but he puts out some content from time to time, and it's good. It is brutal today, that's for sure. But what can you say? I mean, it's Central Oregon. If you don't fish in the wind, you're not gonna fish at all. Sometimes, I would say most of the time when we're out here, this time of year is gonna have some wind. Trying to block the wind a little bit to keep it from hitting the tripod too much. But it is what it is. About ready for a 3-hour nap, you guys. I just woke up 3 hours ago. I want to try a different style of cooking a trout. So I'd like to get a decent little limit of trout. Probably don't even need a limit. Probably only need about 3 of them for what I want to do. But you never know. It'll be the first time I cooked this style. I'm only going to give this spot until probably 9:30. Maybe try a different spot. But don't get a bite from here. I just wasn't able to fish this spot on Monday, or whenever the last time I was out here, so thought, well, it'd be a good place to start today. It's all covered in ice. But it ain't all covered in ice today, so that's a plus. Beautiful day though, even though it's windy and it's not cold. Not by any means when you dress properly. But it's definitely windy. It's gonna have to take a big takedown in order to find out you got a bite in this weather, in this wind. I've seen it be windy like this and not get a single bite because of how bad the wind is. I can't wait to go sturgeon fishing and salmon fishing and all the other kinds of fishing there is. Been dying to go kokanee fishing, but I can't get my boat out because I got a flat tire. Can't pull the start. Set at home, and I ain't even used it in a couple years. Well, it's been more like probably 7 or 8 years, to be honest with y'all. It's been a long time since I've done any real salmon fishing. I would say it's probably about time to dust off the salmon gear and go try and catch one or two. Of course, you're only allowed one a day these days. Almost not even worth going and fishing for them. One fish. Shoot, by the time you get to where you're going and all the gear and the licenses and stuff, by the time you do all that, it's cheaper just to go to the store and buy one. I've done plumbing. I mean, I just ain't done it in years because the salmon fishing just went to garbage, you know. I've got the plunking rods and everything. I've got the rods, I've got the spinning glows, I've got the flat fish, quick fish, whatever you want to call them. Big lip, mega lips, whatever you want to call them. I got it all for salmon fishing. Just gotta pay attention to when the season's open. Because I mean, the salmon fishing anymore is like it can work great. It can work. It can not work at all too. That's the one thing about plunking is, you know, this baiting and waiting is just like plunking. It's not my favorite thing to do. I'd rather be throwing a Castmaster, Stilly, or a Castmaster, spinner, everything under the sun. When your guides are freezing up and your hands are hurting and stuff like that, it's hard to throw 50,000 casts. I probably said that 100 times already, but it is the truth. But yeah, as soon as the fish start hitting your way there, Blue will come down and do some fishing with you. I head over to Columbia River for some salmon fishing, but I got to pay attention to when it's open because I've seen times where they open it for 2 days and close it for a month. And if you don't have time to go during those 2 days, you just don't fish for them. And it's only one hatchery fish, and if you get your hatchery fish, you're done fishing for the day. I keep saying one of these years I'm going to go chase the coho and stuff off the coast rivers, but I haven't done it. Cohos and pinks and chinook or whatever. I have been deep sea fishing for salmon before. That was fun. that. 13 miles feels more like 25 mile an hour. Yeah, that's what I'm planning on doing, is going over to Columbia River and looking for, with spinning gloves, for some Chinook. Only thing is like I said, as soon as you get your one fish, you have to quit fishing. They don't allow you to keep fishing after you get your one fish. It's one and done. Of course, if you catch like 5, 6 wild fish in a day before you catch your hatchery, that would work. Got a recipe that not even a recipe, something I make up, Just how most of my recipes are, throw them together to try and see if they work. Which is how this next catching good is going to go if I have it my way. It'll be just throwing something together and hoping like heck it works. They might have changed it, but as far as I know, it's always been once you get your... It used to be 2 fish, and then it'll drop down to 1 fish. So, I mean, they might have changed it, I don't know. I haven't fished for them in a while. Salmon and 5 jacks. Yeah, 5 jacks I think it was. You had to quit fishing. Yeah, I mean it changes. It can change from year to year. It can even change from month to month, depending on how good the run is as well. Every year I hear people talk about record runs, and yet the record runs never come. They never come. Because if they were record runs, we'd be able to keep more than one fish. You would think, at least. And I think the run would have to probably be in the millions, probably, because the river used to have millions of salmon in it. Now you're lucky if you get... What they getting? That's very true. That's very true. It's so hard to keep up on the rules. It's like, it's like when they open it and they close it. It's like they'll open it, Oh, excuse me. When they do the 2 day thing, when they open it, you only got 2 days to fish for it. It makes it can make it darn near impossible to make it. And so that's part of the reason why I haven't fished for them in so long. And the other part is cutting you down to one fish per day. So there's just so many different things that go in to keep me from fishing for those fish. Good night, Munchies. What's going on? Good morning. Good morning. Glad you could join us on this windy day. We're not going to get the ice this year to go ice fishing, I don't think. I guess if I ran up to Walton Lake, I probably could do some ice fishing. I'm sure they probably got some ice up there. Or Detroit. Well, maybe not Detroit, but maybe Diamond Lake. I've never even... And no bait allowed, huh? I'm not opposed to not using bait. I mean, I fish all the time without bait. It's just right now it's just a bait and wait kind of time right now, But my hands being the way they are. Country boy fishing, what's going on? Golden in Ontario today, yeah. I imagine so. You guys are quite a bit north of us. Quite a bit more north of us, so. You guys still get pretty good runs up there? That tree exploded. Do you guys still get pretty good salmon runs up there in Canada? I imagine you guys probably get better runs than we do here in the States. Seems like our runs just keep getting worse and worse. Although, like I said earlier, if you didn't catch what I said, every year I hear of record runs, but yet I never see them. You'll hear 50,000 people saying, "Oh, we're having record runs this year," and they just never show up. Well, I wish we had the fisheries like the Great Lakes. They got some good salmon fishing up in the Great Lakes, from what I understand. Yeah, most runs aren't. I mean, they're just getting to that point to where I think overfishing them for too long is just taking a toll on them, which stinks. I mean, that's part of the reason why my philosophy is catch, kiss, and release, because, I mean, yeah, you want to take some home and enjoy them, but if you take everything you catch and you don't release any, it hurts the populations, and that's what's happening with the salmon populations, steelhead populations. Luckily, our trout populations, at least our wild trout populations, are still fairly good in numbers because they've taken the proper precautions to protect the wild trout, I do dream about going to Canada and fishing up there, though. Go fishing. Yeah. Unfortunately, it seems like everywhere's got invasive species anymore. And it's kind of out of control, and they try to control them, but there's just not enough. Just not enough to get rid of all the invasive species. Like some species, like the invasive species, I can understand not having any limits on them and wanting to get rid of them because they are hurting the native populations of the species of fish for sure. So I can definitely understand that. Yeah, that's true. The green crab is definitely. I was before you said that. That is so true. That green crab thing is out of control. You know, like Oregon was never a bass or a catfish fishery or a crappie or a bluegill fishery, and now we're just overrun with those. Yeah, I believe you can eat green crab. They just don't have the meat and stuff in them. But yeah, you can eat the green crabs. Are they any good? I don't know if they're any good, but you can definitely eat them. It's like in Alaska, the pike, northern pike population's out of control. They don't like them because they're killing all the salmon and stuff like that. I get my sportsman's pack every year, and I never use my shellfish license. I never use it. I never use my halibut tag. I never use my sturgeon tag. I rarely ever use my salmon tag. Get it every year though. It is an invasive species. That's very true. Brown trout does. Yep, they'll eat anything. It's like our native bull trout. You know, it's not it's a native species, but it kills all the. It eats everything. You know, it's like the pike minnow. It's a native species, but it eats everything. So they like the pike minnow. They call it an invasive native species because it eats everything. And then you look at the bull trout or the dolly hard, whatever you want to call it. You know, they're a native species, but they eat everything. So they're not trying to get rid of the dollies or the bull trout, but most people want them gone because they they're precious salmon and trout are too valuable for the native species to what if I've said it once, I've said it a million times. You guys on this channel, why would you condemn? How would we like it if somebody condemned us for eating beef? And I'm sure there's people who do condemn for eating beef, but like our native species, like the pike minnow and the bull trout, you know, who are native species here, you know, they're well, why are they being condemned for doing something they naturally do? Now, all these other invasive species that aren't native to this state, like your bluegill, your bass, your crappie, your brown trout, which is native to Oregon. All these species, I can understand wanting to get rid of them because they're not native. They are damaging or not the habitat, but the fish populations. You know, there's no doubt about that. And in my opinion, why aren't these native species able to combat the ability? Well, that looked like it might have been a bite there. Might have been. What's up, Jason J? How's it going, man? Anywho, back to my train of thought. aren't the native species able to combat the invasive species? That's one thing I don't get. You know, why are these native species not able to take care of their things? You know. Yep, it is survival of the fittest. It definitely is. Thank you, I appreciate that. But it's just like the invasive species are getting stronger, but yet the native species can't combat the invasive species. I mean, you would think that the creator of all things would make the native species be able to stand up for themselves, but that's not the case. I guess. We're fishing for a trout today. I don't know if it's going to happen though. Winds are terrible. It's not cold out though. It's not too bad today, cold wise, but definitely a windy one. Man, I mean, just look at that. Look at that. I mean, Jefferson is just shining like a beacon today. Beautiful clear clouds all around us. Beautiful gorgeous scenery. And then we got Hood over there looking just as beautiful as Jefferson is. And I'm telling you guys, man, what a beautiful day to be alive. Beautiful day to be alive. Okay, back to the focus here. That's the rods. What are you guys fishing for this weekend, huh? If anything. I know what I'm fishing for. I'm fishing for some trout. Good morning there, Gunny, the wife of all wives. Yeah, but it's funner to catch them yourself, though. Unless you're using 50-pound tests and horse no men like they do on the Columbia River. Columbia River is all about heaviest line, heaviest weight, heaviest hook, and just winching them in so you ain't got no fight to them. I want to go kokanee fishing. I just can't right now. That's fun to be out there kokanee fishing all day. Catch one of them bull trout by accident on purpose. You're not really fishing for them, you're fishing for kokanees and trout and stuff like that, and then all of a sudden you hook into one of the big old bull trout or dolly vardens or whatever you want to call them. So much fun. Out there on my kayak or in my little boat. Of course, today would be too rough for my boat. Not really for my kayak though. TV, greetings from cold, snowy Russia. Hey, how's it going, Russia? Glad you could join us. Glad you could join us. Here's a question for you. Do you guys have salmon over there in Russia? I believe you guys do, don't you? I believe you guys got salmon over there, right? Sean, or I guess that's Sean, to get into, and not to mention just how competitive, yeah, it can get to good fishing spots. Yep, that's true. It's definitely one of those cutthroat industries for just even sports fishermen like us who don't go out there and commercial fish, but yeah, it's definitely a cutthroat fishery. I mean, to me, salmon's an okay eating fish, but they're not. I can think of probably 5 fish I like better than salmon. But for whatever reason, the world thinks the salmon is second to none. I disagree with it, but that's just my opinion. Everybody's got one, you know. It's nothing wrong with that. But yeah, I mean, it is an expensive sport. Even if you're not salmon fishing, it's still expensive. Some fishing is more expensive than others, yeah. Yeah, I like bank. That's my roots, is fishing from the bank and stuff. Don't get me wrong, I love catching a nice salmon, but it's ridiculous though. It really is. Maybe if I would have been here in the prime, I got here after the prime was already over of salmon fishing in this state, you know. Don't get me wrong, I've gotten my fair share of them. And I've eaten my fair share of them. Yeah, they are different. They definitely are different for sure, Blue. They can be some of the meanest, most awfulest people in the world. For sure. Thank you, I appreciate that, man. We're gonna try and catch them. We may move spots here in just a little bit if we don't get bite. But we appreciate you stopping in and saying hi. windy day today. You guys, definitely a windy day. I think I'm gonna reel in one rod and relocate it to another area because where I'm fishing ain't catching that. So I'm gonna reel in and throw it at a different spot, or I might just sometimes just taking a few cranks on the reel, moving it just a little bit, sometimes that causes the fish to bite too. So instead of just reeling it in and re-throwing it out there, we'll just bring it in a little bit, let it set for a while longer. Had to move the pillow for Spock. What's a Spock? You need to tell everybody what a Spock is if you're going to be talking about a Spock. Not everybody knows what a Spock is. Good morning, Earl. How you doing today? Glad you could join us. Stop in to say hi. Been a slow morning of fishing so far. I'm surprised Mo Style ain't stopped in yet. Say hi. Of course, she could be watching any one of the other 9,000 live streamers that are going on right now too, though. Always seems to be a lot of live streamers going on. No fish on yet, man. Been a slow morning. There you go. That's what people want to know, what a Spock is. How she talks about her cat. I think she has cat issues. Oh well, guys. Yeah, there are catfish here, but they're just the little small ones. Unfortunately, when they stocked this place with catfish, they stocked them with catfish that don't get very big. Earl. These catfish only get about that big, and they taste like mud. I wish they had I wish they had some other catfish in here, but they stocked them with these little. I mean, they're okay catfish. They're just not worth. They're just not the best eating catfish, nor the best fighting catfish. So they're fairly small. Sometimes I think when people stock things into bodies of water, they don't think it through. Because, I mean, they could have stocked some really nice fish in here. Or really nice catfish in here instead of them little, whatever you want to call those catfish. I mean, I don't know if you guys got bullhead catfish over there in South Africa, but these catfish they stocked in here are little brown bullhead catfish. They don't get very big. All right, you guys. Well, I think we're gonna call this live stream over. Not a lot happening, anyways, and we're gonna live stream probably a little bit later today. We're gonna go ahead and get off here, and if we move spots or whatever, we'll go ahead and go live again. Or if we start getting fish or something, we'll go ahead and go live again. But I'm just like, yeah, that's really happening. So, we will be live again. So, Earl, we will be just keep an eye on when we go live again, or hit your notification button, and that'll tell you when we're live again. But yeah, I mean, nothing really happening here. So we're just gonna go ahead and get off here for now, and if something changes and we start catching fish or something, we'll go live again. Even if we don't catch fish, we're going live again today. So, until next time, remember to catch, kiss, and release the fish once in a while. It ensures a future fishery for all. Until next time, this is G-Man Fishing, and we are out.